in honor of Bernie Sanders having endorsed Zohran Mamdani. And Mamdani, Emma's made a good point. He's been all over sort of normie media.
Yep. He was on MSNBC. He's been on, I think, Midas Touch. These are the people. It's just, the whole thing's been so well timed with the AOC endorsement right after the debate. Now the Bernie endorsement as momentum continues to surge. And even the fact he's going on MSNBC to talk about just normal lib stuff.
Exactly.
Like, how do we combat the Trump administration? It is such an improvement versus the Bernie era where they were talking about Democratic socialists as Trump enablers. To have somebody with his politics come on, saying this is the way we fight Trump, and Chuck Schumer's politics being in the just toilet in terms of approval rating, 17% approval rating Chuck. This is the most encouraging thing I've seen in a while on this front, because the left is the best way to fight Donald Trump.
And Mamdani going on this type of media, incidentally, is the functional equivalent of a Democratic presidential candidate campaigning in somewhere between South Carolina or something. This is a good sign that they feel like they're now fighting on Andrew Cuomo's territory. And again, remember, there is very little, even the New York Times, so desperate to not have Mamdani win. The figures that have aligned to try and promote Cuomo, all billionaires like Mike Bloomberg and Ackman and others, there is no natural constituency for Andrew Cuomo except for people who are low information and recognize his name.
Or more conservative Democratic primary voters. And, there's stuff like church endorsements in communities in the city that he's heavily reliant on. And then those voters vote as blocks, or
traditional political channels.
Jewish communities, too, that are against Mamdani. Some, but not all.
Yep.
Yeah.
And here is Cuomo trying to address. He can't even figure out. This is what's sort of fascinating about it. Cuomo is so out of touch, so oblivious to what's going on around him, so unused to the idea of having to do any type of retail politics. This guy has lost a step or two, aside from the dozen plus women who have accused him of sexual harassment. And aside from how he has tried to sue them, intimidated them, aside from him shutting down the Moreland Commission when they're looking at corruption and looking at him, aside from him putting folks into old age homes during COVID because he had shut down so many public hospitals, aside from him fighting against UPK tooth and nail in this city.
Cutting the MTA because he was retaliating against Bill de Blasio because he didn't like him, pushing to cut Medicaid, which the Republicans are doing on the federal level right now. I'm just listing. His top aide was convicted of bribery and corruption for Coco.
And aside from all that, the guy is just seems completely oblivious. I feel like this answer is like what you would expect from an 85-year-old man. With all due respect, some of my closest family members are an 85-year-old man. But Cuomo seems really out of it here. Like, he doesn't know how to deal with the level of popularity that Mamdani seems to have achieved.
The disillusioned are not who he's talking to. These are the disillusioned, right? These are the people. It's the hardworking middle class people.
He's skyrocketing in the polls.
But two different things. First, what I call the disillusioned Democrats, who didn't come out and stayed home, and some may have voted for Trump. Those are middle-class working families middle-aged, middle class, let's call them that. And they feel let down by the Democratic Party. Mr. Mamdani is talking to a different sector of the electorate.
But how do you get them?
Which
2
are
days left?
younger people who are attracted to socialism and everything free. Look, everything free sounds great, right? Free buses, free this, free this, free this. Yeah, except it doesn't work, but it sounds great.
I don't understand what Cuomo thinks he's offering anybody, but if we have, according to the polls, 50% of Democrats or 48% of Democrats in New York City who are socialists, that is fascinating and exciting.
Welcome, everybody.
Yes, join DSA.
The idea that government would actually provide for people as opposed to make my friends rich that doesn't work.
Middle class and middle-aged?
Middle class, middle age. I'm talking to 10 people. That's those 10 people who are middle class, middle aged.
Legal weed was unrealistic too until he got ran out of office for being a sex pest.
And then it happened. Did you notice he's saying Mamdani's name correctly now after he got called out in the debate for being a racist piece of garbage?
Apparently, the electronic musician Avalon Emerson, who I'm a big fan of, sampled that at a live show. Zohran saying, "Remember the name," and he almost said, "Maybe we should play that." He almost said, "Remember that name because I'm going to be mayor."
I know.
Yeah.
He put his. I could see him about. He said, "Remember the." He was about to say, "You got to remember the name because you're going to be hearing it a lot." Yeah. And then he pulled back. He said something differently, that was a smart
because
thing.
it's the right thing to do.
Because it's the right thing to do.
Oh, he said because we got to get it right.
Yeah. But I just loved seeing that human moment where he wanted to go in for the kill, but he was like, let's stay humble here. But he's saying it now. He's saying it correctly because he's now been caught. I got that mailer in my mail. I just checked my mailbox this morning. The mailer where he elongated Zohran's beard. And like, I mean, this is what Hillary was doing to Obama in 2008. Darkening his skin in ads, reposting that photo of him in traditional, I believe, Muslim garb to create a sense of panic around that candidate. It didn't work then.
Probably some alums on Cuomo's campaign.
I would not be shocked. And there's like this reporting.
A lot of people on hiatus from crypto companies and gig companies to
Mr.
work for Cuomo.
Bill Ackman just donated another $250,000 to the Cuomo super PAC.
Middle-aged
billionaire, maybe not middle class,
but disaffected.
Middle class billionaire. He's not like an upper class billionaire like Elon Musk.
Disaffected Democrat.
DoorDash. Now Mike Bloomberg donated $5 million to that super PAC to help defeat Mamdani.
Here's this clip we're talking about in case people missed it.
To Mr. Cuomo, I have never had to resign in disgrace. I have never cut Medicaid. I have never stolen hundreds of millions of dollars from the MTA. I have never hounded the 13 women who credibly accused me of sexual harassment. I have never sued for their gynecological records, and I have never done those things because I am not you, Mr. Cuomo. And furthermore, the name is Mamdani, Mamdani. You should learn how to say it because we got to get it right.
He pulled back. I wouldn't have had the restraint, so good for him.
That is discipline right there.
That is exactly discipline. Hey, folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our daily show. We do it every day at 12 p.m. Eastern for about 2.5 hours. We even take phone calls. You should check that out.